All right, man. Just get a little update, man. Right now, I'm not loving Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. Right now, I watched Bryce Young play against Ole Miss, and it just seemed like I know he's battling an injury. The size is a concern. Durability is going to be a concern, and kind of right now, in hindsight, is that Tua's helping him out because Tua's balling right now. He'd be the first prominent Alabama quarterback. I mean, Jalen Hurts is balling too. It wasn't his fault they lost last night. But they from two schools in which that doesn't produce um, doesn't produce dominant court or good quarterbacks coming out. And Alabama started to kind of change that narrative when you started to look at Mac Jones started, he did really good last year. This year, not so much. With Josh McDaniels gone, McDaniels is like a great coordinator and a terrible coach. Then you turn around and Hurts is turning it around. I mean, Tua's doing great. He's an MVP candidate. Justin Fields is turning it around, but it's more as a runner. But it's hard to kind of assess him as a passer. We don't have receivers. I mean, him and Chase Claypool is going to take some time to form a rapport in the offseason. Darnell Mooney's pretty much they got Cole Kmet did have a good game versus. So he's starting to turn it around. But like I said, I always looked at him as an SEC quarterback, honestly. And CJ Stroud, just watching play in some big games, he's just like a classic Ohio State quarterback, bro. And a lot of people like him, but it's just something there's something that's missing to me. And when you look at some of the, I mean, he got some of the best receivers, even without Njigba. I think he just had came back. I mean, he's playing with Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, some of the best receivers and best talent in the game, and I think that hampers the quarterback because on to Alabama, you got the best talent in the game, and sometimes you seen with Bryce Young last year when they two receivers went down, he couldn't make nobody better in a national championship game, even though they still came close to winning. It's pretty much the same thing on Ohio State quarterbacks. Everything is perfect. It's one read. It's not going through progression. It's not a pro style offense. I remember Urban Meyer saying back in the day that it wasn't his job to get Team Tebow prepared for the NFL draft and to do things to get Tebow prepared to be drafted. It's pretty much the same thing here. You know, people see the numbers, but I see different. And when they have big games, when they have defenses that know how to play Ohio State, he struggles. He struggles. And even in that Notre Dame game, man, they ain't whooped Notre Dame like they was supposed to. Somebody whooped the shit out of Notre Dame after they did. I can't remember who it was. Somebody beat the dog walking shit out of Notre Dame. Right after them. Well, they lost to Jesus. They lost to Marshall after that. I don't say whoop the shit, but you ain't lose to Marshall. That ain't Chad Pennington and Randy Moss over there, neither, or Byron Leftwich over there. So, I mean, you look at Bryce Young, durability and size is the number one question. Short quarterbacks ain't doing too good right now. Baker Mayfield, I mean, Tua turning it around, but shit, he was a blow away from being out for the rest. They told him to retire. You see 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, but I seen this kid just make some terrible decisions, bro. Some terrible decisions. But he's a good quarterback. 1-1 versus, 49% versus LSU, 1 touchdown interception. They battling through injuries. And he throwing the ball a ton. Ole Miss, it was a solid game. But if everything ain't perfect, I mean, like I said last year, I didn't really believe in these quarterbacks coming to this year. And right now, and I haven't broken down the film, so excuse me, my opinion can change once I start to break down the film. But my opinion has not changed. I don't see, Peyton Manning. I don't see Cam Newton. I don't see that. And if you had, and I haven't looked at Levis, and I heard people talking about Hooker from Tennessee, and people talking about the kid from Florida being developmental. Jaden Daniels kind of got the funky delivery. He have a good game, then have a bad game, have a good game, then have a bad game. There's no consistency there. Here to talk about some other guy, but right now, if I'm the Lions, I'm probably going the established route. I'm probably taking all of this, draft capital, and probably going out there and drafting or getting Malik. I'm getting Lamar Jackson. I mean, you look at the last quarterback class. People say, "Well, last year's terrible, and it's just going to be a developmental year." I told y'all that they're gonna have to develop. But look at the year before last. It was supposed to be the best year out there. And it's a developmental year for a lot of these quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson still ain't turned it around. Trey Lance got injured. Mac Jones, I mean, without Josh McDaniels, he looking like Whack Jones. He battling with Dr. Z. What's the boy name? Bailey Zappi and all that type of stuff. I right now I just don't see it, bro. I don't see anybody that's worthy of that spot. You see the Raiders talking about getting CJ Stroud and all that. I just look at him as another Ohio State quarterback, bro. That I just don't see. People like the size, you like the arm, you like the speed, but I just don't think he has the mental capacity, the mental aspect of him. You have to gonna have to let him develop. Well, hopefully he can unlearn some things he did at Ohio State and learn how to, you got to think about it. Going to the Raiders, it ain't the worst place. Going to Detroit ain't the worst place because you get to the Raiders, you got Devontae Adams, unless you want to trade. You got Devontae Adams, you got Winfrey, you got new receiver Hollins, you got Darren Waller. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got some pieces there. You got somebody with Josh McDaniels who's done great with young quarterbacks. So, is size going to play a factor in that? Absolutely. I mean, is Bryce Young 6 foot? I mean, Kyler Murray struggling a little bit. Baker Mayfield struggling a lot of bit. So that's just going to be the thing about it. Where's Bryce Young's, athleticism? Where's his arm? He got hurt this year when everything ain't going right. Can he make plays? He make somebody better. A lot of him and CJ Stroud facing the same thing. Everything is so perfect and dominant on their side. Can they go out there and make somebody better? And right now, I don't really see a clear cut, like dominant number one overall pick. I don't see. I mean, like I said, I haven't seen Levis. I haven't broke down a lot of the film, but I don't see. I don't see it right now. I watch these guys play. I don't see somebody right now that's just that's just head and shoulders above the competition. Or somebody that's just so superior. Maybe that might change when they get into the classroom and break down the film and see what they're doing. But I'm just looking. I just don't see it. Right now. And I like Bryce Young, athletic and all that type of stuff, but durability is key. And how tall is he? How good is his arm? How athletic is he? You know what I'm saying? Can he make something happen when talent drop off? And the talent drop off for him coming to Detroit, it's not going to be, it's going to be a drop off from Alabama, but but he has some talent here. But I just don't see that blue chipper. I don't see that blue chipper. I just don't see it right now. And that might change. You have moments. You do have moments where, in a playoff run, they might separate themselves. Shit, Cardale Jones got drafted in the NFL, for a couple playoff games, for Ohio State. But Ohio State quarterbacks, they just, Alabama quarterbacks, in Alabama, they kind of turn the tide a little bit. But some people may say Jalen Hurts is truly a Oklahoma quarterback. So, but yeah, right now I don't really see a clear number one pick right now. But they got time to go, but I just don't see that one dominant number one overall pick. And teams gonna be thirsty for a quarterback, so they gonna pop one of these dudes up. But even if things correct around there, there's a lot of questions to be asked there. And I said this in last year's draft on this year. If everybody waiting this year, I just don't see it. And I still haven't seen they in great situations. They benefited from great situations. They are benefiting from great situations, bro. And when stuff get messy and stuff break down, can they make somebody better? So this is my question to it, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link inscription. Hit the link tree. On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, or Spotify and Anchor only. Hit the link tree. It's the first link inscription. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, um, Spotify, Anchor, the whole nine. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Don't forget to check out my main channel right here on YouTube, Goodfella TV, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. Appreciate the love, support. One time, peace.